এক্সপাৰ্ট জইন কৰিলে ক'ব। Hello, sir, start কৰিম নে?
Shruti পায় নেকি?
মই আছো, can you hear me?
Shruti
হয়, start কৰিব পাৰি sir? হয়. Good afternoon to all. Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, respected directors of various schools, esteemed resource persons, my dear faculty members and participants. I, Dr. Shruti Borman, welcome you all to this program. It is my great pleasure to announce that our university has organized this webinar on artificial intelligence in the new age environment on the occasion of World Space Week. World Space Week is a week-long celebration of space celebrated from the 4th of October to 10th of October of every year since 1999 to mark two great events in human history. The first event being the launch of Sputnik, the first human-made Earth satellite that was launched on the 4th of October in 1957. And the second event being the signing of the Outer Space Treaty on 10th October in 1967. The World Space Week is dedicated to the celebration of scientific and technological advancements that has been instrumental to the betterment of our lives. The theme for this year's World Space Week is Women in Space. I now request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nipendra Narayan Sharma sir, to give the inauguration address. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shruti Borman. The distinguished speakers in today's webinar, Dr. Redev Choudhury, Dr. Rutval Borman, Coordinator Dr. Shruti Borman, and dear esteemed participants. This is indeed a pleasure for me to be in your midst in this webinar, which is organized in celebration of the Space Week. And this is basically on artificial intelligence in the new age environment. When we talk about artificial intelligence, it itself is new. So artificial intelligence in the new age environment. So it might be having some kind of implications in the way that, because the new environment has got certain characteristics. More or less, it has been expressed in terms of an acronym. That acronym is VUCA, V-U-C-A. V for volatile, U for uncertain, C for complex, A for ambiguity. So we all are living in a VUCA environment, highly volatile environment, highly uncertain environment, highly complex environment, highly ambiguous environment. So in this type of environment, predictability has been at stake. Pre-1990s, we were more or less having a stable kind of environment. In terms of GDP also, we are having a stable growth rate. 1990 onwards, with the advent of liberalization, privatization, globalization, and with all the technology-enabled devices and support system, the entire thing has changed. We have seen a kind of metamorphosis. We have seen a kind of convergence. The boundaries of the industries are spanning. Earlier, we were used to have the television industry as such, mobile industry as such. Now, with the advent of the mobile technology, we have seen the blurring of the boundaries. We have seen the convergence of the industries, and we have seen many industries have disappeared. So new kind of things are emerging. So that indicates about the volatility in the environment, volatile, uncertain, ambiguous, complex. A new phenomenon has emerged, that is of artificial intelligence. Whatsoever development have been taking place have been for the good only, though there are some adverse effects. Likewise, say we talk about green revolution, it has also been criticized. At the same time, the agricultural yield, the rise in productivity is always appreciated. Likewise, the IT sector or the IT enabled services, the development which has taken place have facilitated our ease of living, ease of operations in the industries. So that has more or less facilitated the development processes, though there could be some other aspects. We can talk about the bank computerization. We can talk about the railway reservation system. Now the kind of things which are being developed through artificial intelligence, because an economy comprises of sectors like agriculture, industry, services, trade, and AI as a kind of intervention is going to have long-lasting implications on all these sectors. So that is likely to create some kind of volatility, some kind of uncertainty, some kind of ambiguity, and more of complexity. But that is a call of the day. We'll have to we'll have to face the realities, and we'll have to experience the positive outcomes of this. And whatsoever the negative outcomes will be there, we'll have to combat with all this. So I hope this webinar will address all these issues, and I look forward to the participation of our participants, to the presentation of our speakers, Dr. Redev Choudhury and Dr. Rutval Borman, and hope that this webinar would be able to contribute towards the purpose for which it is being organized. With these few words, I would like to conclude, and I wish my best to all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to introduce our first resource person for the webinar today, Dr. Redev Choudhury. He is an associate professor in the discipline of computer science in Krishnakanto Handiko State Open University. He had done his bachelor's in physics, master's in computer applications, and PhD from Guwahati University. He has over 16 years of teaching experience, and his research areas include expert systems, image processing, and web technology. I now request Dr. Redev Choudhury to deliver his talk. Please, sir.
Thank you, Shruti. Dr. Shruti Borale. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, my esteemed colleagues, and dear students. So the topic of this webinar is artificial intelligence in the new age environment. Okay, so I will not take much time. I will take 10 or 15 minutes, and then the other topics will be shared by our another resource person, Dr. Rutval Borman. Now, I will directly go to a PowerPoint presentation where mainly I will show you what is artificial intelligence, what are the various branches of artificial intelligence, and how real life applications are developed using those major branches. Okay, so now I will share my screen. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, what is artificial intelligence? We are all familiar with the term artificial intelligence, and we are using various applications knowingly or unknowingly in our day-to-day activities. So what is the definition of artificial intelligence? So it is a way of making a computer-controlled robot or a software which can think intelligently in the similar way like a human being. So artificial intelligence is the simulation of human intelligence processes by machines, especially computer systems. So as human think and do accordingly, so the main objective of artificial intelligence is that if we can replace the thinking capability or the activity that is performed by the human being in different areas, to take decision-making systems, to create decision-making systems, to make intelligent systems like robots. So various types of sectors are there in artificial intelligence. So these are the main major branches of artificial intelligence. You may not hear these terms, so this is nothing but if I explain, so you will be able to know what are the systems, and most of the things are we are using already. So one is expert system. Next branch is natural language processing, speech processing, computer vision, machine learning, deep learning, and robotics. So all these areas are very, very important, and lots of researches are carried out nowadays in all these branches of AI. Now the current trend is going on in machine learning and deep learning. Computer vision is also there. Speech processing also there. Natural language processing is an important component of artificial intelligence. Nowadays, different types of researches are carried out in our university, Guwahati University also, in Tezpur University, Guwahati IIT. Lots of projects are being nowadays, at present, different types of projects are being going on in the natural language processing system. So let me give some brief idea. What is expert system? Expert system, the main goal of expert system is to emulate the expertise of a human. So the main purpose of expert system is to replicate the knowledge and skills of human expert in a particular area, for example, in agriculture. So, and then to use that knowledge to solve similar problems without human experts' participation. So what is the use of expert system? Expert system is a computer program that uses artificial intelligence method to solve a particular problem with a specific domain area. For example, agriculture, in case of suppose education, in suppose health sector, different areas. So there are some experts there. We know that experts have different knowledges. So what is the aim of the expert system? The knowledge of an expert, this is the block diagram of an expert system. The knowledge from an expert will be captured, will be transferred by a person or a number of person, which is called actually, in case of expert system, it is called a knowledge engineer. So the knowledge engineer will convert the knowledge of a particular expert in a specific domain, and then that knowledge will be transferred in a computer understandable way, which will be stored in the knowledge base. Suppose this is a user, normal user. So it will interact with the system. Then depending upon the input given by the normal user, that will be processed by the rule engine or the inference engine. So it will take the knowledge from this knowledge base, it will process, and then accordingly it will provide a different suggestion to the normal user, which is non-expert user. Then depending upon the input output given by the expert system to the user will ask some question. Again, it will be processed. Then it will be given to the output will be forwarded to the non-expert user. Accordingly, the process will continue, and ultimately a recommendation or some suggestion will be provided to the student, to the non-expert user. So various types of applications are there. I have already mentioned, so I will not go in detail. So this is an emerging area of artificial intelligence research, natural language processing. So these are some subsections: sentiment analysis, information extraction, question answering, machine translation, information retrieval. So all these are part of natural language processing. Now, what are the applications? If I speak about machine translation, so this is a very, very emerging area. Application like Google Translator, Microsoft Bing's Translator are used nowadays. And last year, so Google Translator was introduced a few years back, but last year, Microsoft Bing Translator introduced Assamese language. So what is the use of machine translation? So there is an interface, there is a source page and a destination page, with destination box. Suppose you can convert text messages from one language to another. Suppose you have written some text in English. Suppose you want to translate in Assamese. It is possible now. Last year it is introduced by Microsoft Bing Translator in their system. But till now, Google Translator is not used Assamese language. So I will show you at the end of this presentation how interesting it is. So you can translate using machine translation. You can translate from one language to another language. It will, if you type some text, it will automatically translate it to a particular, language. So I will show you. So this is speech processing, another area. Speech recognition and speech processing. The term speak itself, what is speech processing? It will take the human voice and then it will work accordingly. It will recognize, and whatever the task is given to the system, it will work accordingly. So we are already using these type of applications. So one example is Alexa. Most of us are using Alexa in our day-to-day activities. Alexa, play a music. Alexa, play a video. If you're using Amazon Fire Stick, then you can with the voice command in the remote, there is a system. Alexa is already inbuilt. If you give the command like that, play a Bihu song in the YouTube, it will come. Okay, so we are already using. Second one is Google Assistant. What is Google Assistant? It is an artificial intelligence powered virtual assistant developed by Google that is primarily available on mobile and smart home devices. If you install a app of Google Assistant app in your mobile, then you can give the command. So you can try. If you are not familiar with this, you will find very interesting. Simply, you have to install Google Assistant from the Google Play Store. Then you can give, suppose you speak, suppose you give the command like that, open the Google app, open the Gmail app. The Gmail app will be automatically open in your mobile. Suppose you want to learn what is the weather report of Guwahati. If you speak, suppose you speak weather report of Guwahati, then automatically in the browser, the weather report will be displayed. Suppose you want to know the distance from, suppose you want to go from Jalukbari to Jorhat, for example. So if you speak, go from Jalukbari to Jorhat, then automatically the Google Map application will be open. So it is very, very interesting. If you speak, suppose Krishnakanta Handiko State Open University, then automatically in the browser about Krishnakanta Handiko State Open University, the information will be displayed. Accordingly, some voice will be also there. It will speak the paragraphs or the content associated with Krishnakanta Handiko State Open University. So if you are not using till now what is Google Assistant, so I request you to install it, so you will find much easier and you will feel that I am using artificial intelligence in my mobile. Similarly, Cortana is a virtual assistant developed by Microsoft, which uses Bing search engine. So if you are using Microsoft Windows 10 in your laptop, then it is inbuilt. It is already installed. Cortana is already installed. Then using that Cortana, you can open, suppose open Microsoft Windows, open PowerPoint, it will automatically open. You can try also. Siri is a virtual assistant that is developed for Apple Incorporation's devices, iOS, iPad, etc. So we are already using this one. If you have not explored this one, you can try. Next, what is computer vision? So this is an emerging area of artificial intelligence. So what is computer vision? How computer visualizes and acts accordingly. So that is the area. So it may be a video, it may be image. So computers and systems to derive meaningful information from videos or other visual inputs and take actions on or make recommendations based on that information. So the input will be videos or other visual inputs. It may be images also. So how we can explain computer vision? So this is computer vision system, human vision system, and this is computer vision system. Suppose this is a bucket bowl of fruits. Now, what happens? The human brain, with the help of eyes, it will detect. So the input will be taken into it will be inputted into the human brain. Then the human brain will process it. It will identify that in the bowl, there are some bananas, there are some oranges, there are some lemons, there are some peaches. Now, we have to replicate this system into a smart computer system with the help of artificial intelligence. So what we do, these are the inputs. Suppose this is an image. So we have to identify what are the contents available in this bucket. So with some sensing devices, the input will be taken as image. It will be processed here with some algorithms, some techniques. Then it will predict that there is a bowl, there are some oranges, there is some bananas, there are some lemons. So it is similar as human vision system. But though we have mentioned that we will replicate this one, it is not a very easy task. So lots of researches are now being carried out, and also some applications are there. So what is the application of computer vision? In the healthcare section, I will mention few points. In the healthcare section, COVID-19 diagnosis, for COVID-19 diagnosis, computer vision is applied because we will get the images of the diseases. Cancer detection. So cancer cells are different from other cells. So some algorithms are applied to detect cancer cells. It can predict early detection of cancer. You can predict. So this is one of the application of computer vision. Tumor detection. This one also. Again, in case of agriculture, a large numbers of researches are carried out. Animal monitoring is one of the application of agriculture computer vision system. Farm automation, insect detection, plant disease detection. So this research is already carried out by one of our research expert resource person, Rutval Borman. He will explain what he has done. Agriculture product quality testing. So these are the emerging areas. Mask detection. Uber has created computer vision features such as face mask detection to be implemented in their mobile apps to detect whether a particular passenger is wearing face mask or not. So programs like this make public transportation safer during the coronavirus pandemic. So already Uber has introduced these features. I don't know whether it is already available in their apps or not, but the research is going on and they have implemented it. I think it will be a beta version. I think it will be a testing version. So this one, object detection from a street. Suppose lots of objects are there. These are the people walking through the road. These are the vehicles. This is a truck. This is a bus. This is a taxi. This is a person. This is a person who is riding a bike. So, in a live video, with the help of computer vision, it can detect the objects, and it can predict or it can monitor. It can give some suggestion. It can give some inputs to a particular system. So all these are accomplished using computer vision. Vehicle classification in a road, it can be done using computer vision. So with rapidly growing affordable sensors such as closed circuit television camera, light detection and ranging, and even thermal imaging devices, vehicles can be detected and tracked and categorized in multiple lanes simultaneously. So in foreign countries, it is already been implemented, but researches are going on, but already these are implemented. So what is the technology behind it? So here, deep learning methods make it possible to implement large-scale traffic analysis system using common, inexpensive security cameras. This is an interesting application of computer vision in artificial intelligence. Self-driving cars. We can imagine that there will be no driver in a, can we imagine that there will be no driver in a car and it will automatically go from one point to another in a traffic without colliding any car or obstacles? Is it possible? Yeah, it is possible nowadays. So what is the technology behind it? Machine learning algorithm make it possible to self-driving cars to exist. So machine learning even allows cars to learn. So how it works, this particular car will learn how to perform this task as good as, even better than human. It allows a car to collect data on its surroundings. It will collect data from its surroundings, from cameras and other sensors that is attached to this particular car. It will interpret it and then decide what actions to be done. Okay. So I request you to simply go through the YouTube and simply type self-driving car. Then you will see some prototype model that is already developed by some manufacturer company, automobile companies. Okay, so you can see that two persons will sit at the backside of a particular car in a busy road. It is traveling. At some point of time, suppose one passenger will come out from the car. Then again, he will say goodbye to that particular passenger. Then the car will be moving automatically. It will take some time in a particular street. So if some obstacles are coming, the brake will automatically come. So you can see in YouTube. So Google, Tesla, Apple, etc. These are some companies which are working on this research. Another area of application of artificial intelligence. So knowingly or unknowingly, we are using a recommender system. So mainly the recommender system is used in online shopping applications. Suppose you are using Amazon or Flipkart, or suppose like other shopping cart applications. Then you can see that depending on your browsing history or your order history, it will recommend that this particular product is suitable for you. It will give the recommendation. So this type of application is already using. So recommender system are machine learning systems that help users discover new products and services. Every time you shop online, a recommendation system is guiding you towards the most likely products you might purchase. So now you can remember that, yes, in my mobile, while I put some order, then at the bottom of the screen, some recommendations are coming that this product is suitable for you. This product is sold for suppose 1,000 or 2,000 or 20,000 times. This particular product has the rating which is higher, so they will suggest you that you can buy this one. This much of discount is available. Okay, so these are all applications of recommendation system. Imagine YouTube. If you view the YouTube videos, it will also recommend you that you can like this video. So what is the technology behind it? Again, another emerging area of research, artificial intelligence, deep neural network or deep learning is used in YouTube application. So YouTube tracks viewers history and perceives satisfaction to generate a personalized stream of recommendations. So this machine learning process is likely still a major part of YouTube's recommendation algorithm, as their overarching goal remains viewer satisfaction. So why it is important? So the ultimate goal of the application is that viewer satisfaction. If you buy something, it will recommend you can buy this one. This product may be useful for you. So already we are using. Another application, AI-powered chatbot. What is a chatbot? So it is a computer program that fundamentally simulates human conversation. It allows a form of interaction between a human and a machine. The communication happens via messengers or voice commands. So if you notice that if you open some web applications, some websites, a chatbot is open in a pop-up window. So this type of application is used for selling some products or in educational institutions also. So AI-powered chatbot application can be integrated in a website of a university or other educational institutions or some other shopping cart applications, customer survey. Suppose for customers, it can be implemented. Now, how it works? So I will not explain this one. I will explain how it works in a real life situation. Suppose you opened up KKHSOU. If we integrate a AI-powered chatbot in our website, how it will work. Suppose we have integrated AI-powered chatbot in our website. Then when we type kkhsu.in in web browser, so the website will be open. Then simultaneously, in a pop-up window, the chatbot will be open. May I help you? You have already, I think you have already seen this one in some web applications. May I help you? Then yes, suppose they will, what type of information you are required? Suppose in the pop-up window, it will be displayed as what type of information you are required. Suppose admission, result, fees, programs. Those options will be displayed to a particular student. So if the student clicks the admission, suppose now admissions are going on. So if the student clicks the admission, then it will give some message. Okay, thank you. So which type of, it will then ask the student, that what type of, in what program you want to take the admission. So then it will display the possibilities, MA, MSc, suppose BA, BSc. If he clicks the MSc or MA option or the master degree program, then all the programs under the MA program will be displayed. Then it will ask which program you want to say. So in this way, it can navigate, it can suggest, it can assist the student without the intervention of a human expert. Okay, so this type of application is already implemented in different universities. So we are also planning in KKHSOU, we are also planning to introduce this one in a short interval of time. So this is the application of chatbot. Okay, so I will conclude my presentation with this type of knowledge, whatever I know. So since I'm not going, I have not gone in deeper, because the audience is from different from different fields. Okay, but now I would like to share one important area of artificial intelligence, as I have already mentioned, that machine translation. So this is Microsoft Bing translation. So I will show you how you can translate from content from one language to another language. Suppose I am trying, I will write, suppose we are sitting here. So this is the source language, this is the destination language. So we were converting from English to Assamese. It is automatically translated. Ami yat bohi asu. If I write I eat rice, it will be automatically translated to Assamese moi bhat khao. Suppose I want to translate I eat rice from English to Hindi. So you have to click here. The destination languages are displayed here. Suppose I will translate to Hindi. Here Hindi is available. May chawal khati hu. Okay. So this is very, very interesting. And if you want to translate some content from one language to another, you can simply make this one using Microsoft Bing Translator or Google Translator. So if you type Google Translator, they have also developed this type of application. So with this presentation, I will conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that informative talk. I would now like to introduce our second resource person for the webinar, Dr. Rutval Borman. He is an assistant professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering at Redev Choudhury Institute of Management and Technology. He had done his BE from Assam Engineering College, ME from GIMT, and PhD from Guwahati University. He has over 10 years of teaching experience and has collaborated in many research projects. His areas of interest include agri-informatics, machine learning, deep learning, and image processing. I would now request Dr. Rutval Borman to deliver his talk.
Thank you so much, Madam, and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Redev Choudhury, Sir, Rutval Ma'am, and other professor and which is present in this webinar. Thanks to all of you at first. And myself, Dr. Rutval Borman, I have already given that to this woman told that I have completed my PhD from Guwahati University. My area of research is deep learning and machine learning, especially in the area of agriculture. So now I'm going to, in my talk, actually, I'm not going to in details how actually machine learning and deep learning can be used in agriculture. I will show you, I'm going to discuss how that AI and machine learning and deep learning are basically used for the new age of environment, how our environment can be changed with the help of artificial intelligence. Because when we are going to talk something about our environment, the environment means so many components and their factors are associated with the environment. So these kind of factors and component I'm going to discuss in my talk. And parallelly, I have seen that a few questionnaire arises in the chat box. Those questions I'm going to give. I'll try to give the answer of this question. Okay. And so now I'm going to share my screen and start my presentation. Is it visible now? Hello? Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
it is visible. Yes, sir, it
Okay.
is visible.
Okay. So artificial intelligence is the new age of environment. So this is the area of today's webinar. So what is artificial intelligence? So actually, Redev Choudhury sir has already told us nicely that the definition of artificial intelligence and its application. Okay, so I'm not going in details actually. So what I can tell that AI is basically a tool. So I think that it is a tool which make possible to learn machine. So when we are giving something to a machine will learn from those inputs from those experiences with the help of artificial intelligence. So after learning, the machine will learn something from those experience and inputs. After learning, actually machine will predict something. A new data can be generated from that machine, and it will going to classify or it will going to recognize something with the help of artificial intelligence. So the main question is that how we can put the input or some kind of experience to a machine so that it will automatically learn something. The overall techniques comes under the artificial intelligence. So as Choudhury sir is already told that it's resemble our brain. So when something is coming to our brain, our eyes senses something, and from those sensing, those information are processing under our brain, and brain will detect and brain will tell, and that whether that actually the bucket of fruits has some kind of oranges are there or not, some bananas are there or not, whatever the example that Choudhury sir has given actually. So that type of processing actually that type of processing has given by your brain. So if you change the same kind of thing with the help of machine or with the help of computer technology, that comes under artificial intelligence. So the application of artificial intelligence are basically we can say that interactive AI. Interactive AI is already Choudhury sir has mentioned. It's something related to the chatbot or smart personal assistant, Google Assistant, the speech processing, whatever that Choudhury sir has mentioned. Then some kind of AI function is application is functional AI. It's related to our Internet of Things. Some kind of robots is there, and analytics AI is also there. Analytics AI is related to sentiment analysis, and the risk assessment also done. Then text AI, where we can process our speech as well as the natural language processing kind of thing, text recognition, speech to text conversion. Then visual AI related to the computer vision and augmented reality. So that augmented reality is very useful is nowadays, and we can focus on the augmented reality. And I will going to tell actually what is augmented and the virtual reality and how we can change our environment, our society with the help of those AI technology and by forming some kind of goal. So these are the applications. Already I have mentioned about those applications. It's machine learning, speech, visions, NLP, expert system, planning optimization, robotics, all all nicely explained by Choudhury sir. So I'm not going to tell anything about those application. It's something related to whatever Choudhury sir has explained. These are again some applications. These are a subset of the application: astronomy, healthcare, transport, agriculture, education, e-commerce, entertainment, robotics, automotive, social media, data security, finance, and gaming. So all those components are basically related to the environment. Somehow these are related to the environment. So if we change all those factors, suppose gaming or astronomy or healthcare, something somewhere they will related to the environment and they will change our environment. We will get a new kind of thing. You will get a new age of environment by using a artificial intelligence. That I'm going to talk today. Actually, how we can change our environment by considering the new ages, actually the new factors, the new components. So for that, we need some kind of actually goals. So I have formulated 11 goals for that. And based on that 11 goals, I'm going to discuss how we can change those 11 goals with the help of artificial intelligence. Actually, for that, two scientists from China, they have carried out one research, the summary of positive and negative impact of artificial intelligence on the various sustainable development goals. So they have formulated 15 goals. I have considered few goals from their research paper also. Out of that 15 goals, they found that 79 positive impacts, and those 15 goals are formulated in the three sectors. One is the environment, one is the economy, and one is the society. So when we are something tell about our environment, these three components comes together: environment, society, economy. These are related things. For three goals, for these three kind of goals, they have formulated another 15 subset goals, sub goals. So they found that 79% positive impacts of AI in these three areas, and only 35% negative impact they have found in their researches. And that research is already present in Nature. They have published that research paper in a Nature. And if you want to, if someone wants that one, they can find what is the summary of positive and negative impact of AI on the various sustainable development goals. So I today, actually what I focus, I will formulate those goals and I will tell you how we can change those goals with the help of AI. So AI in subset, one of the participant has already asked one question: what is the relation between machine learning and AI? I have already checked in chat box. This is his answer actually. So AI is a broad sense. So under AI, the machine learning will come. The machine learning is a subset of AI, and deep learning is a subset of machine learning. So we can say that artificially is a big part actually, where we can include all those kinds of areas, whatever Choudhury sir has mentioned, starting from NLP to machine learning to deep learning. So machine learning, it's some kind of algorithms are there where machine will learn something and it will predict something, or it will give some kind of prediction. So it is a subset of AI. And deep learning is a part of machine learning. It is a subset of machine learning. It's a component of machine learning where learning are possible in a deeper senses, actually, in a deeper senses. So with the help of deep learning, we can say that machine can learn more deeper and deeper, and it will going to classify or predict or estimate the new things very accurately. So AI is a broad sense, and machine learning is a subset of AI, and deep learning another subset of machine learning. So we can say that deep learning is also a subset of AI. So basically, when we are something, when we are telling something about the learning, actually, the learning means AI means it's a learning. AI also means it's learning. Learning means machine will learn something and it will give us something. So that something is related to the classification, regression, or probability estimation. So suppose what is a classification? One example the Choudhury sir has given is that the fruits recognition. So we can say that this is a classification or object detection. Though it is an object detection, we can say that it is a classification because we are going to detect the objects, whether the fruit is a fruit present inside the basket is a banana or not, is a mango or not, or is a orange or not. So this type of these are the part actually known as the classification part. So that type of classification we may do with the help of machine learning, with the help of learning or machine learning or deep learning. So regression means some kind of estimation kind of things are there when we are going to do some kind of continuous valuation. Means suppose if you are going to predict something, suppose temperature prediction, what is the temperature of tomorrow, what is the whether rainfall will occurs by tomorrow or not, whether what is the price of this share by tomorrow. So that kind of prediction actually done with the help of regression technique. That means some kind of estimation in the near future can be possible with the help of regression technique. And I know that the people's here and the participants are from their different fields, because one technique are very familiar among all of us, that is called linear regression. So the basic linear regression we may use to predict something. That same whatever the linear regression you have learned, that technology we are going to implement with the help of computer programming, or using a different computer technology. We are going to implement in our computer, and computer will tell us what is the price of the share by tomorrow, whether there will be rainfall or not, or what is the temperature by tomorrow or not. So that kind of things are possible with the help of machine learning. And third one is the probability. Probability is the when output is the probability kind of thing. So when you have a Ludo dice and you are going to do something, so that kind of probability thing, whether 6 will comes in the next turn or not. So that kind of probability thing we may do with the help of machine learning. So this is a very important, actually, the probability estimation, especially the recurrent neural network. Actually, those who are not from the computer background, these terms are very new for them. So we may focus with the help of deep learning in the probability estimation. So what company? The company actually uses the AI for the environment sustainability. So Google already uses the AI model to reduce the energy by by load of its source hungry data centers, and reducing the overall cost of the cooling by 40%. So Google have their own data center, because whatever the data we have saved in our Gmail or in the Google itself, all those information are saved in the data center. So obviously data center, the center will process the data, and obviously the heat will generate it. To cool those center, actually they use the traditional, previously before 4 years they have used the traditional technique, but after 4 years they have used the AI technique. So after implementing the AI technique in their data center, their cooling processes is reduced by the cost of the cooling process is reduced by 40%. So if they are not going to use their AI technique in the cooling system, that 40% cost will be not reduced. So the question is that, can you imagine that the overall costing of your house or of your whatever the machinery that you have in your house, starting from fridge to our TV, that we can reduce that cost? Yes, we can reduce, because today's now that company had already given that advertisement with the help of some kind of star rating. If you check the fridge, you will get that 5-star rating, 4-star rating, 3-star rating, and company tells that if you have a 5-star rating fridge, your that one, the bill, energy bill will be reduced. How does it possible? Because they are going to implement some kind of AI technology inside the fridge. They are going to implement some kind of new technology inside the TV. So that's why these are possible. And whatever the technology they are going to use are something related to the renewable energy consumption. So that actually the renewable energy consumption they are focusing. So with the help of renewable energy consumption forecasting, they are trying to reduce actually the cost of the overall energy with the help of new AI technology. So now IBM also using AI for better weather forecasting, because we will get a better weather forecasting through IBM, because they use the artificial neural network, and their prediction is 30% more accurate than other model. So whatever the model that our meteorological IMD, Indian Meteorological Center, they have used, still they are using some kind of radar type of technology they use. If you want to check and go to the that Indian Meteorological Center near to our Guwahati airport, I found that they're using that some kind of radar technology. They're not using a very efficient AI based technology. And so what IBM is basically use that AI technology. But in our Assam, actually, one sir, actually he is Professor Bhupendra Goswami sir. Actually Bhupendra Goswami sir is from Cortana University. Previously, sir is present acting as a director of Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology. So I met sir before 4 years, before 4 months or 5 months. I used to talk with sir, and sir is doing a very good research in that area. Not in the very good research, the excellent research sir is doing. So sir is predicting some kind of new thing with the help of AI for weather forecasting. And sir is already opened one new center in Cortana University. So that type of work is already done in our Cortana University also regarding our climate changes or weather forecasting. That Excel Energy is a coal burning on it's a company actually which are going to detect that nitrogen oxide emitting utility company. So they are using AI to predict the better energy consumption pattern on adapted operating system, so that we will get a very efficient energy consumption technique. So what they are focusing on nitrous oxide emitting. So with the help of nitrous oxide emitting, they are predict whether energy consumption can be reduced or not. So with the help of AI, they have some data in their company by taking the data from the environment, and they process it, and with the help of processing, they find out it's possible now that energy consumption pattern can be predicted with the help of AI. It's possible. It's already shown by Excel Energy. Then Carbon Tracker is a company which is basically focused on climate advocacy think tank. They use AI to track the emission from a coal plant. So whatever the coal plants we have our near surrounding, they take those information, and with the help of satellite imagery and using the satellite data, they will guide the investment toward a lower footprint ventures. So they will predict actually the climate advocacy. So by taking those data from the satellite information. So these are the few companies actually I have mentioned. They are focusing on environmental sustainability actually. So now the actual thing, what I'm going to start from this slide, what the new age of environment is called. So when we are going to say something about the new age of environment, we have to formulate some kind of sustainable development goal. And these goals are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable futures for us. If we can achieve these goals with the help of AI, and I can directly tell you that we will achieve a very good life, a very future, very bright future in the near time. So what are the goals actually? What are the goals we should consider, and how we can overcome, how we can achieve those goals with the help of by formulating different kind of issues under the goals that I'm going to discuss. So the first goal is something related to end poverty in all its forms everywhere. So we know that poverty is there. Poverty is there in India also, in our Assam also, in our Guwahati also, in other counties also. So somehow can we use a artificial neural network technology to reduce or to end the poverty in all its from everywhere? So now the question is that why poverty comes? The poverty are basically come when we have a natural disaster, when we have a war, when we have a conflict, when we have a affordable food, when we have a lack of education, when you have a life skills. So these are the issues of poverty. So natural disaster when occurs, that means it will affect on the farming. When we have a war in our area, automatically that means the farming will affect it. When we doesn't have an affordable food, that means farming are not good in that area. Lack of education, when we have lack of education, that means people are not educated, they doesn't know how to upgrade themselves. When we doesn't have any skills, we doesn't produce anything, we doesn't go for a new things. So can you reduce all those kinds with the help of AI? Yes, we can. The first point is that natural disaster, war, conflict, and affordable food. These all three factors are related to agriculture. What is actually my research? So in that three cases, we can reduce by improving the farming lands and agriculture. The question is that how we can improve the farming lands and agriculture with the help of AI? That I can tell you later how we can improve, because this is my research area. I can tell you very that one very efficiently. I can explain all those things, how where we can focus and how we can explain how we can that one actually improve the farming lands and agriculture. Now second point is the lack of education. Can we use AI in the education? Yes, we can use education. So this is our maybe. So I have formulated the lack of education as a second goal or third goal. So we can use AI also in the education also to upgrade the skill also. So when you remove or use AI in all those factors, I think that poverty will be end in all the areas, in all the forms. Everywhere we will end up the poverty. Basically, one company is there, that is company is known as FarmView, an exclusive comprehensive sensing robot and AI tool. What they are doing, they use the sensing devices and AI techniques or sensing robot to improve the plant breeding and increase the growth of crop like sorghum. So actually that technique are basically applied. This is a company which actually focuses on a plant called sorghum. It's in Ethiopia based plant is there. So that company is utilizing the sensing robot and AI to increase their plant breeding. So plant breeding is something related to the gene analysis of the plant or something like that. So they are focusing on improving the plant breeding and increasing the growth of crop like sorghum. So these companies using AI. So in our area also, if you focus different kind of AI technique to improve the productivity of the agriculture, or we can teaches our farmer that these are the technique you may use, or that using the technique you can increase your productivity. I think that we can reduce the poverty, and that is maybe that will after implementing all those kind of things, we may have a very good future in our near life. And this is the first goal we should have to set. The second goal is to AI for zero hunger. Can we reduce the zero hunger with the help of AI? Yes, we can. Why not? Because already company they are using this one. Artificial intelligence analyze how we can use the AI to reduce the zero hunger, because people are suffering from zero hunger in our area also. If you go through from Guwahati to Panbazar, Jarubari to Panbazar, we can see that so many beggars are present in the near roads. So how can reduce that hunger? AI can analyze the large amount of data to locate the areas affected by the hunger. So we actually doesn't know where the hunger peoples are present, because we see that peoples are present near the roads. They are asking someone, they're asking for money. The beggars are asking for money. But how we can directly locate? So with the help of image processing technology or remote sensing technology, or with the help of AI, we can analyze the large amount of data, or we can locate the areas affected by the hunger. That is possible. That is possible. And it can provide a more efficient distribution of food also. So when you locate the area, then you can directly provide the food to those areas, and it can empower the old technologies. But previously, what we used to do, we used to know how where the that hungry peoples are present. We used to ask some of French where the hunger peoples are present. We tell that if you go to the Dol Govinda Mandir and you find some peoples there, you will go to the Kamakya Mandir, you will find some peoples are there. Sometimes you may not get those people, but if you locate with the help of remote processing, remote sensing technology, this area, you can directly go to this area and distribute the food, and it may be reduce some kind of it may reduce the zero hunger. It may reduce the hunger in that area. So that is possible, and that is possible with the help of smartphone. Yeah. And company is called Rapid Mathematics, and they're using the deep learning and machine vision to combine the information of freshness of good food. So how they are doing? What they are doing when the freshness of good foods are over. Suppose what used to go, those who are a very rich people, they are always try to buy the foods. Those who are very fresh, they are used to buy the fresh food actually. But if food are not in a fresh condition, suppose after 4 or 5 days, suppose if the food are not in a fresh condition means these are not actually bad, but some people doesn't want to buy that. So what you are used to do, if you can reduce the price of those food actually due to the freshness declines, so we can sell those fruits to someone, those who wants to distribute those foods among the hungry people, and this will reduce the food waste and provide a better notion about the consumption and effective storage. Because that type of technology we have to think, that type of actually the problem we should have to think, where the problem arises in our environment. This company finds that food are actually that means some of the fruits are actually the prices of the fruits are lower due to its freshness. So if you are looking at those kinds of things with the help of AI technology, we can focus on that one. Okay, so this is the second goal for the zero hunger. And third goal is for ensure the healthy lives and promote well-being for all its ages. So already we are basically nowadays people are using this product. I have shown in the right part of this slide. This is called it's a watch actually, but that watch will monitor our blood pressure. That watch will monitor our the oxygen levels. So what is this one? So that is actually nothing but this is an AI product. This is the AI product. So artificial intelligence is already inbuilt inside the watch with the help of that AI and sensing that means with the help of sensor, it is going to detect what is the blood pressure present inside the human body and what are the oxygen level present inside the body. And this is a very actually it's very popular in during the corona time also, because so many people are already bought this one. It's health tracker, so many functions are already present inside that watch. So this is a AI product. This is something related to our environment. So AI can look for the pattern and make suggestion of our lifestyle improvement. Suppose So how AI can help actually? Suppose if you have your own data, if you have suppose data of different person, suppose someone is suffering from sugar, someone is suffering from suppose blood pressure, someone is suffering from other diseases, then artificial intelligence can help you and can guide you what type of lifestyle you should take. Because nowadays what people's are our what that people actually one healthy lives or some kind of different apps are present in our Google Play Store. There are some instructor are present and their fees is very high. The instructor are demanding very high fees for suggestion on a healthy lifestyle. But if you make a AI based healthy lifestyle application, with the help of that application, if AI itself tells us what are the lifestyle we should have to take care of that one, then it will adopt by everyone, because artificial intelligence is going to define us what are the healthy lives we should be care. Because it's that if you develop such kind of application, then the cost of those application, that whatever we have already given to the expert, actually health expert, it will be reduces. So we can focus on that one. Based on that one, Google has already developed one that is called DeepMind, and IBM is already developed one Watson Health. So with the help of this technology, they are monitoring the healthy lifestyle of our human being. So those who are interested, they may go through these two link, deepmind.com and IBM, this one. Okay, so this is something related to our environment. If we are fit well ourselves, then we can do better for our future or better for our environment. The next goal is for AI for quality education. Recently, just before 4 or 5 months, one of our own teachers from Jorhat, actually, his name is Konkon Kishore Datta. So he received the National Award Teachers 2021 from our government. So he used a technology in his teaching processes that is called augmented reality or virtual reality. So he bought one devices which actually built up with the help of AR and VR. And he used this technique and he teaches his student with the help of AR and VR technology. And he has nominated, finally he has received this award. So how we can remove give the quality education? Suppose I'm going to take the example of the university, whatever the university present in our Assam. Suppose the first university, suppose I'm considering the KK Henry itself. So what we are doing actually in our university, when someone is coming to your university, suppose taking admission in the bachelor degree or in the master degree, they used to come directly to you. They have to fill up the form. In the form, they have to write what are the percentage of marks they have got in high secondary. Suppose I'm going to consider the physics part. Sorry, the science, bachelor of science he is going to study in the KK. So he used to fill up his physics mark, chemistry, then mathematics, then English, and then suppose biology, whatever the subject he has in a high secondary level. So based on those marks, the university authority is going to tell that, okay, you will go to, if suppose his marks is good in physics, it's more than 80% marks in physics, then you can tell them that you just go to take, suppose physics as a major subject in your bachelor. If someone is good in chemistry, we can tell them you just go to a bachelor by considering chemistry as a major subject. But see, what we are not going to consider the other part of his teaching. We are focusing only whatever the marks he has got or she has got in the subjects only, by physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, English, Assamese. But we have not checked how many certificates he or she have received from class 1 to class 12 in the music, how many certificate he has received in computer science, how many certificate he has received in the drama, how many certificate he has received in the social activities. Simply looking at one subject mark, we are going to tell him that go to the Bachelor of Science and take physics as your major subject. So now question is that this is actually an issue. I think this is an issue, because see, when a student is coming to us, we are telling that you just take the Bachelor of Science and consider physics as a major subject without looking his previous data, actually how many certificate that he has in drama or in music or in any area. He or she may be interested in drama. He or may be very good in, suppose, in painting. He or she may be very good in computer science. We are not bothering about those topics. We are not bothering about those fields. So because we are in a human people, we are following the traditional way. We are in a traditional way to tell him that or to tell her that to go to Bachelor of Science, take physics as a major subject. But if you have a AI model in your university, if the model take all those information, how many percentage you have in physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, Assamese, English, how many certificates or how many marks, what are the percentage of marks you have got in drama, what are the percentage of marks you have got in suppose music, what are the how many certificate that you have achieved in suppose sports, then AI will tell whether you will go to the physics or whether you will go to the sports, whether you will go to computer science, whether she will go to the painting or not. Because we are a human being, we are simply following our traditional loop. But if you are following that AI kind of thing in our admission process, then I think that it will be a very good thing for all the universities, whatever the university present in Assam specially. Because in foreign, I have found that 2-3 universities, they are using that one. And I heard recently that NEP also, new education policy, actually, these kind of thing are implementing actually, that credit choice based technique that process is actually adopting. But still, this is a kind of request from my side that if you can implement this kind of thing in the admission process, yes, if you can implement, then it will be very good for the student also. Second point is that if someone is make courses, then we actually doesn't analyze what is the cause of his dropping. And we cannot predict that how many students will drop from that process, whether some kind of problem or issues are there in the syllabuses, so that the peoples or the students are not adopting it very efficiently, that's why they are dropping the courses. So that type of dropping of student, the number of dropping of student also can be predicted in the university section with the help of AI technology. So I can found that AI can be used in a very efficient way in the quality education. In a quality education, and especially the chatbot what Choudhury sir has mentioned about regarding the admission and all these kind of thing are basically applied in case of in case of education system, because the chatbot are basically developed with the help of natural language processing and machine learning. So if someone is very interested, or then they can go and we can focus on chatbot with the help of NLP and the machine learning. The next goal is for AI for achieve gender equality and empower of all women and girls. So we have found that people's nowadays it's a very unequal the gender distribution is there in our society, especially for the women actually. So can you do some kind of AI technology so that we can achieve a gender equality among the women and it empower all the women and girls? Yes, we can. Why not? We can use. So I have given her 4-5 example. I will take one basic example how we can empower our women. See, nowadays especially in our Assam, so many people are engaged in self-help group. That not people actually. That one women actually self-help group, SHG, self-help, and governments are basically provide some kind of loan or some kind of amount to the self-help group. And nowadays the women from the village side, they are basically opening some kind of society, some kind of self-help group, that they are taking money from the government as a loan and they are producing something. Some people are focusing weaving, some people are focusing on suppose making some kind of achar, some kind of focusing on making the gamosa, some kind of focusing on making some kind of sador mekhela. But we are not giving a right platform to them to empower all the women. How we can make a AI-based module system or AI-based smartphone application for the women where they can find every answer with the help of like a chatbot. Suppose if someone is typing what is the price of a gamosa or where you can buy, where you can sell the gamosa, then that chatbot can tell, or that chatbot can locate some of the shop location or the contact number of the shop, that these are the shop which actually buy gamosa from the SHG group, because these are the information not present in those group actually, in those SHG group. They are simply waving and done in their side. They are simply making gamosa. They are simply making sadon mekhala. They are simply making achar in their side, but they are not getting a good platform to sell all of those kind of things. Can we make it empowerment? Can we make a good women empowerment with the help of AI? Yes, we can. We can make, because nowadays technology are built in such a way we can. Because see, to locate the shop or to locate some kind of big distributor, we need what? We need a GPS location of that shop. So we can use AI technology. We can call, you can directly call that Google API. You can directly locate those shop, and with the help of those AI enabled bot system, that women or that SHG people, that those are directly get those information with the help of those AI technology we can get. So where you can help the social protection also we can implement to for gender equality, because nowadays I found that that the dowry case and the rape case are present inside, or especially in our India also. So if we can make such kind of model when a suppose a women are getting some kind of issues during that some time in maybe in the evening or maybe in the night, so he maybe have a smartphone application, and by putting some button inside the smartphone, that message to directly go to his parents also, some the local police station also. That type of technology is already built up, but we can also focus in Assamese languages, because see, you can focus on the local languages also. So that type of technology can be built with the help of AI. This is the goal number 5. Then goal number 6, to ensure the access to the water and sanitation for all. Can we apply artificial intelligence to ensure the access to water and sanitation for all? Yes, why not? Because AI driven solution can combine data analysis and generate more effective water treatment process. Because if you have a very data, with the help of data, you can do the data analytics, and you can find that how many water will be required in an area, how many water will be required in the another area, how many water will be required in another area. So that type of water treatment process can be done with the help of AI technology. And suppose, and how we can do this kind of thing, suppose if we are going to consider our own home actually, suppose if you have a motor, suppose if you have a running water, that means if you have syntax in the start of or in the start of your building, suppose after 5 minutes the water drop from that syntax actually. So how we can know that the water has is coming out from the syntax? Because if you doesn't have any AI based technology or IoT based technology, you doesn't know. You have to wait for 5 minutes, or we have to wait for 10 minutes, because see, after 10 minutes water may come out from the syntax or may not come out. If the syntax is very empty, it will take me 15 minutes. But if you have a monitoring system inside the syntax with the help of IoT or AI, that technology will directly send some kind of message to your mobile, and you can directly tell your mobile, if you build the Alexa kind of thing with the help of AI, you can tell that Alexa please switch off the motor, then Alexa directly switch off the motor, then water will not be wasted. So this kind of thing we may focus, we may build with the help of AI, and people are already doing. In our India also, in Pune, one company that is called SetLab, they are using for AI for sanitation related disease prediction, prevention and management. Under this activity, a proof of concept for novel biosensor based on a reduced stack microscopy technique was developed. So what they did actually, they use a microscopic technique. With the help of microscope, they used to take the images of the water, and when you take that images with the help of microscopic or that biosensor, they processes inside the machine learning, they apply machine learning technology for those images, and they finally classify, they detect some kind of microscopic object, some kind of, suppose we can say that some kind of bacteria or something like that. So as they are using on microscopic images, they are locating those kind of bacteria or viral portion of the present inside the water. This is developed by one of company which is present in India actually, that is called SetLab. So we may also focus, we may also do this kind of thing. This is not a very big task. We need a microscope, or we need to know how to process all those kind of things. Once you go through all those kinds of things, we are very known to them, and we will directly tell what are the objects present inside the water. But if you are going to take the images with the help of a smartphone or with the help of a DSLR camera, you may not look it. For those kind of thing, you need a microscopic a microscopic technique you should use for that one, and that is actually which is known as the biosensors. So now it's 7 actually. What I have it's 7 actually. Goal number 7: AI for affordable and reliable, sustainable and modern energy. So can we use AI for a reliable, sustainable and modern energy? Because these are the goals actually which are related to our environment, which are related to some of the issues found in our society. You can use, has a potential to cut the energy waste, lower energy cost. How we can suppose you have use fan in your home. After some 5 minutes, you out from your home and you forgot to switch off the fan. How we can possible? How we can switch off the phone? You have to come back to home. Otherwise, the wastage of the electricity. So that is possible nowadays with the help of AI and IoT. You can use the IoT and AI and directly switch up, like whatever the example I have given to you related to your motor that water syntax. So we can use, and apart from that one, people are also focusing on that, and that actually load forecasting, the renewable load forecasting with the help of artificial neural network or with the help of AI technology. People are also focusing, and in the electrical vehicles that AI technology are basically used. So where that energy, actually where that charging station will be have to put. Suppose if one charging station is put in the Jalukbari, what is the next location of putting the next charging station for the electrical vehicle? That is also we can do with the help of AI. That is also possible, because if you know the battery life, if you know the reliability portion of the battery life, you can automatically locate what are the next distance we should cover to put or to locate the next battery station, next charging station for the electrical vehicle. Now this type of project will come, definitely this will come, and it's already time the other countries they are implementing. In our India also this will come, where you can put those sensors. But if you are without implementing that AI technology, if simply technique or traditional method we are plotting or we are putting those charging station in different areas, it may not be effective. Before going to that one, we have to be careful. We have to consider about artificial intelligence. So next one is AI for promote inclusive and sustainable economic growth. How we can grow our economy, how we can grow the employment, how we can go to the inclusive and sustainable growth, economic growth. Yes, this is possible. How? By using artificial intelligence for worldwide employment. How we can use the worldwide employment? By implementing AI in the marketing and sales, by implementing AI in a company to scale up their businesses, by implementing AI to create a new job position, by implementing AI to in the maintenance job, by implementing AI in the robotics, healthcare, automotive transport, gaming industry. So many industry will come there. Actually, whatever I have discussed, these all those factors will come under this one to promote the growth, to actually to increase the economic growth and employment. Okay. So next one is AI for build resilient infrastructure and promote sustainable industrialization and foster innovation. So how we can build a resilient infrastructure? Basically, the resilient infrastructure is nowadays is people previously they are what actually the civil engineers, they are basically previously they are using CAD and CAM software for kind of infrastructure or some kind of designing kind of thing. Now they are using what? AI based tool. Now they are using what? AI enabled CAD system for infrastructure designing. And since we are the computer science background, in case of computer science, actually for IT infrastructure management, we can use the AI, where we can put our suppose hub, where we can put our next switch, where we can put the computer, where we can put the server. Because if you randomly put all the server, your overall cost of the infrastructure maybe increases. For that, if you use the AI kind of technology, or if you use AI for the infrastructure management, they may tell you that you have to put your next server in this location, you have to put the suppose your workstation in that position. So that for IT infrastructure kind of thing, it's very important. The AI is very important, and for that actually the skill.ai, actually one product is already developed in Canada. They are in Canada, the most of the IT infrastructure of the whole country, they have developed with the help of this skill.ai technology. So this is a AI based technology. This is a product actually where Canada people they are using before doing some kind of AI infrastructure management. In our India also we can do that, but I have not found any kind of those kind of thing in our India like Canada what they have used. Now next, AI to reduce the inequality within and among the countries. Now we found that we think that some of the peoples they are in the third world countries, some peoples belong to the fourth world country. But if you are thinking like that, India is a third world country, no one is coming forward to do some kind of business still, which India, no one is coming forward to do some kind of business with Bangladesh or in Nepal or suppose Ethiopia or Ghana. It's not like that. How we can increase the overall collaboration, or so that the inequality within the countries will be reduced, that we should have to focus. Yes, we can use AI for that one. how can we use AI by expand and earning the income tax. We can, or frequently we use that export import business is present in between the country. How we can suppose enable, how we can increase the growth of export and import business with the help of AI, that we should have to be take care of that one. If yes, people are already focusing that before implementing AI export and import businesses, we have to know what are the issues they are actually focusing on, those kind of thing, what are the issues that are present within the countries. Those kind of issues may be removed or maybe reduced or maybe overcome with the help of AI technology, that we should have to think. Okay, so that is possible with the help of expand income tax, build the asset for working families, invest in education, making the tax code for more progressive and residential segregation. So if you are focused all those kind of things with the help of AI, and I believe that this will reduce the inequality within and among the countries. Next, the AI to take urgent action to combat the climate change and its impact. This is the last one actually. So actually, what can we focus? Can we implement artificial intelligence for climate change? Yes, we can. Why not? We can, because I have already given one example that can we know what is the temperature by tomorrow? Yes, we can. Nowadays, it's very easy, because see that those data, whatever are related to weather data, these are already those weather data are present in the gov.in. If you have those information, you can directly apply artificial neural network or directly apply any kind of AI technology to predict what is the temperature by next day. And if you predict the temperature with the help of date, this is something called as a time series prediction. So if you know the time series prediction, you can directly apply artificial neural network or AI technology to predict or to find the climate change or its impact on our society or our environment. This is possible nowadays, and people are already using AI for that one. So these are the 11 goals actually that I have formulated related to the environment actually. So as I am also a computer science people, and I am focusing on machine learning and deep learning. My goal, I have not familiar with all the goals, but yeah, I have focused in only one goal, that is called end of poverty by increasing the farming lands and agriculture. So in my research, I focus in I contributed different actually techniques. I developed 2 products actually, and that 2 products I will show you today, and how these 2 products can be used by the peoples of Assam, and they can use these 2 products and they will grow their business actually, the agriculture business. And I'll show you what is my contribution to end the poverty in all its form everywhere. So my contribution to improving the farming lands and agriculture, increase the productivity. So how we can increase the productivity? So basically artificial intelligence can be used in agriculture, and that if you use the computer science technology in agriculture, that is known as the agri-informatics. So we may focus in the different areas of agriculture. So many works to be done at that time also. Someone if interested, they may go through that area. So in soil, plant, crop, fruit, crop and weather and miscellaneous, 6 categories I have divided. The first category is called soil. So when some people are doing, our farmers are doing farming, actually they doesn't have any idea about the soil, so they directly do their cultivation in a soil. But we know that all types of soils are not good for all types of farming. Okay, because if you are going to take the consideration of the rice cultivation, for rice actually the clay soil is very important. The clay soil is very important for rice, but if you take a sandy soil, the sandy soil is not good for rice. So if some people are doing or some farmers are doing, suppose rice cultivation in sandy soil, their productivity may not be good in that context. So can we build a such kind of system for the farmer, by using that a farmer can directly know that what type of soil it is. Yes, it's already developed, because we have a hydrometer lab, we have a pipette method. The hydrometer and pipette method lab are already present in agriculture university, in agriculture laboratory. If farmer want to take some kind of soil to that laboratory, the expert will help the farmer and they will get the result, what type of soil it is. But the question is that whether it is possible for all the farmer to come to the expert side, whether it is possible for the all farmer to come to the lab, because sometimes the cost will involve. If people are coming from villages to town for a soil testing and it will take 2-3 days, the over what? That means that farmer will be demotivated, because 3 days means he has lost something. Because 3 days means if you take 300 per income for a farmer, so he will lose 1000, and for testing also he has to pay something. So can you develop such kind of AI technology to overcome all these issues? So among those 6 categories, my first contribution is on soil application. So this is the hydrometer method. Is when people are using a hydrometer method, they used to know that what type of clay, sand, and shale soil are present. Actually, what type of soil it is, whether it is a clay soil, silty soil, or sand soil are there. Actually, hydrometer is not going to tell you anything. Hydrometer will going to tell you the percentage of clay, percentage of silt, and percentage of sand present inside the soil. And if you put all those values inside a USD triangle, that USD triangle will tell you what is the actual texture of the soil, and then only you can go for farming. But what I did, actually, I use a AI-based technique. I use a support vector machine, and computer vision technique I have implemented, and I found that with the help of computer vision and AI-based technique, we can directly tell that what type of soil it is, because soil texture is different. The texture of a clay soil, texture of soil, texture of a sand soil are not similar. It's something different. So if you are going to use different kind of technology with the help of AI-based AI or suppose computer vision, one can directly classify what type of soil it is. And nowadays I found that people from other areas also, they are focusing on soil texture. This is whatever I have did, and it is after that one paper is published actually in 2020 in Elsevier that I have shown here. So this is the soil texture what I have contributed. And this is now the second one as I have contributed is known as what is called soil pH. So what actually soil pH is very important. See, in Assam, though, our all type of soil, the pH value, all type of soil is very good. That's why in Assam the farming is very good. But if you are considering for Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, their soil pH are not good. And we know that all type of soil pH also not good for all type of farming. So what people are there usually doing, they are not doing any kind of soil pH testing. But one can they do? They can use the first diagram. The first diagram means it is a soil pH chart. The soil pH chart, by taking the soil in a paper by using some kind of litmus reagent inside the color will be changed. Once the soil color will be changed, then that soil color and the soil pH chart color, they are trying to match by their naked eyes. If the color will be matches, inside that soil matching, some values of the pH will be written in the soil pH chart, and from the pH chart, they will get the soil pH value. This is one of the procedures. The second procedure is the sensing devices, which costs are there. It's the cost of the soil pH sensor is nowadays it's 500 to 1000. So one can bought type of sensor also, but you cannot directly rely on those type of information, because it will that durability of those type of machine is not good actually. So if you put those kind of sensing devices inside the doll, in the meter itself, the soil pH value will become. Otherwise, you can directly use the laboratory method. This is the soil pH digital pH meter in the third diagram, in the third row diagram. So 3 diagram I have put it here. You have to take the soil sample and you will get the soil pH value after doing the laboratory test. But all those information are demand expert and suppose expertise. So which is not basically present in our the farmer which are present in Assam actually, I think. So what I did, can I do some kind of technology? Yes, I have mixed up the first and the third traditional technology. I used to capture the images of the soil, and in that first image, they are the matching is done by the farmer itself through the naked eyes. So that matching I have done with the help of AI technology, and I did a experiment on that, and I find a very good result, and which I have formulated a paper. It's published actually. And then third one is contribution towards the plant physiology. So plant physiology actually it's something related to the chlorophyll actually. The one part of plant physiology is the chlorophyll, and we know that the chlorophyll is very important for the whole food, and some related thing is related to the chlorophyll. And if the chlorophyll value is not good in a plant or in a leaf is not good, actually that actually the food productivity of that leaf will be not, it's not good. So what I can do, one can detect and find the chlorophyll of a leaf with the help of a spectrophotometer or with the help of the devices what I have shown in this diagram. this is a SPAD. This is a SPAD actually, soil plan analysis device meter, and the cost of this device is 2,80,000. I have bought the devices. I have that device. I have bought the devices. The cost of the devices, I have bought the devices in 2.8 lakhs. So when someone wants to find out the chlorophyll value of a leaf, they used to have to use the spectrophotometer, or they have to use the SPAD. But traditionally the cost is very high. So from the government side also, it's not possible to give one SPAD to one farmer. So what I can do, that spectrophotometer and that this SPAD actually, they are taking the leaf and they are combining, they're finding they're trying to relate the color of the leaf with the chlorophyll value. And in agriculture journal, it's already proved that the color of the leaf is somehow related to the chlorophyll. That is my research point actually. What I did, somehow I try to relate the color of the leaf with the help of the chlorophyll. So I have developed a AI technique with the help of computer vision and artificial neural network. And finally, its product has been developed. That product have been loaded in a URL, tchlorophyll.heroku.app.com. This is the live product which a few people are also associated with me, and so research is associated with me. One or my two students are associated with me. So we have developed one product, tchlorophyll.heroku.off. It's already loaded in that site. If someone wants to check the chlorophyll value of a tea leaves, they can directly upload the leaf in the system, and that system will directly tell you what are the chlorophyll value present inside the leaf. And actually, I have got that project from sponsored. I have got, it is sponsored by AICT. They have given me 7 lakhs for that one. From that rupees only, I have bought those type of devices. That means PET device I have bought, and I have developed this product as a final product, which I'm going to submit to AICT in the month of February. Still, that project is running. In the month of February, that project I am going to give to the AICT people. They are going to use. They are going to host it in their own server. So this is the product what I have developed. It's already live. tchlorophyll.heroku.app.com. Okay. So now finally the last one is in Plan Pathology. So in Plan Pathology, something related to the plant devices. So in plant devices, actually, what we can do, we can directly tell that what are the diseases present in the leaves or not. So previously, see what in pharma, they doesn't know anything about the actually the hello. You can directly check what are the different type of diseases are present. For that, one product I have developed, that is the product, and the cocos.in. It's already in live. I can show you the cocos.in. So this is the live product actually. In that product, if someone is this is a joint product collaboration of production of Assam Engineer Agriculture University and Department of CSC, GMT Guwahati. If someone is load one images here, the coconut leaf inside that system, that system will tell directly what are the diseases present in the coconut. So that type of product, what I have developed actually, it's possible with the help of AI technology. Okay. So this is the interfaces, the Android app related to the same technology what I have shown, the cocos.in. So that is funded by actually the Coconut Development Board. They have given 19 lakh rupees to our colleges to me. So based on that one, we have developed that product. It is already it is going to be handed to the Coconut Development Board by the month of December. Okay. So this is all about today's presentation, and thank you all. Hello.
There's some interruption. It's a power cut here in our university. Just wait a few minutes.
Hello. I
Hello?
hope, yes. Sorry, we had a massive power failure here in our floor. So all the net was disconnected. So I thank Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, sorry for the inconvenience. We had some kind of power failure here, due to which we were not able to connect it to the network. I think
Shruti, can you hear now?
Yeah. Thank you. I thank Dr. Rutval Borman for such an interesting talk. I'm sure most of the participants have benefited from your lecture, and we are very, very sorry for the inconvenience. And now I would like to request Dr. Taposi Kashyap Das to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sudhir Harali. On behalf of Krishnakanta Handiko State Open University, I, Dr. Tapasi Kashyap Das, would like to take the honor to offer the formal vote of thanks. At first, I would like to offer my thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir for his constant support and guidance. He has always been a source of inspiration, and he always encourages us in all our endeavors to organize such events. I would also like to thank our resource persons for today's webinar, Dr. Rutval Borman and Dr. Redev Choudhury, for their informative talk on various applications of artificial intelligence and in which areas of AI research is going on. I would also like to thank all the esteemed faculty members and officials of the university participants who have attended the webinar to make it a successful event. I would also like to thank all the Dr. Navankur Pathak and IT cell of the university for extending the technical support. I would also like to offer my thanks to Dr. Sanjeev Bora for his cooperation in this webinar. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Dr. Shruti Harali for coordinating and smooth conduct of this event. Thank you.
Hello. Thank you everyone for your participation in this webinar. We hope to meet you again soon on some other platform. And happy puja to everyone. Thank you.